Yo, what's up, guys? Good morning. What is going on? Maddie from ECL Blogger back at you again. Today is a Tuesday. We actually skipped Monday, I believe, in Melbourne. So it is a Monday evening, I think, for the rest of the world. So it's kind of works out all right. But what's going on? The weekend has been crazy recently. Good to see you all. The usual faces plus some new faces. Let's see what you guys are up to. Gilden Caetano says, "Hi Maddie, 10 KTF and Beeple." Don't exactly know what that means. We'll dive a little bit deeper maybe. Actually, I know Immutable right now, I think are doing, no, I think Artifact, TikTok, are doing some sort of a TikTok NFTs. I think there's a sale going on right now, right? TikTok NFTs Artifact. Anyway, I don't know where that link is. We'll have to find it some other way. Immutable TikTok. We'll check it out later. But I think there's actually a sale going on right now for Artifact shoes being sold as part of the TikTok collaboration. What I thought I'd do today, guys, is just go through a few different things, talk to you guys a bit. I'm kind of feeling it in the air, guys. Oh, here we go. So you guys have said it's already sold out. Didn't get the Artifact sneakers. Only 50 of them. It sold out real quick. TikTok top moments. It sold out in seconds. It's on their Twitter. Ah, right. That makes sense. It's got an Artifact Twitter. Oh yeah, you're right. So this thing, I'm assuming, sold out, 50 of them sold out for 0.15 Ethereum. The official TikTok collab with Artifact Studio shoes that are getting quite iconic, actually. About the NFT, but yeah, sold. And this was on the Immutable platform. So Immutable making waves these days with TikTok, which is pretty damn cool. And let me quickly message my team to set up the giveaway. All right. So yeah, that's an interesting thing that just went on today, but some awesome movements that have happened in the NFT space that we'll go through. Hit the like button. What's going on with Curio cards? The price has tanked. We can go through Curio cards again, Lachlan. Sorry, lowest price is 5 Ethereum. Right, they're trying to resell it, are they? Hi, Maddie. I love the channel and enjoyed even more live. Thank you, guys. The flashback. Thank you. Guys, feel free to let me know what's been going on. I'm kind of feeling in the air, and I'm not sure if you guys are feeling it too. I'm starting to feel in the air that we're sort of moving past this NFT 10K avatar project. Maybe we're moving towards 10K avatar projects that really stand out, like the ones they're being sort of tiered in, low quality, mid quality, and very high quality. And Artifact Studio, Mechaverse, especially with the design, have, after seeing that, you're kind of comparing everything previously, and you're like, dude, this is all. Like, I'm not going to buy this stuff, right? So these new NFT projects, these 10K avatar projects that sort of just don't look up to standard visually, or even, visually, or even have a roadmap where it's quite a complicated roadmap. Like, it's just not cutting the mark. So I think we are definitely moving towards something more quality oriented. And this is quite interesting because it shows us, and everyone's new to the NFT space, and even me, I'm learning as well. But it's kind of showing how growth happens, right? There's a lot of craziness in the air when there's a new industry. There's a lot of money being thrown around because people don't know what quality looks like, and then quality comes in, and then it starts to, with every new iteration, people keep breaking the boundaries, and things get better. And then 6 months, 8 months, a year from now, a certain niche or an industry starts to get to a point of quality that the people expect, and suddenly, they become from trash to something really epic. And this is the NFT industry as a whole, but we kind of saw it in speed, 30 times faster with the NFT avatar industry, where it started off with Bored Apes, which went on to do amazing. And then Bored Apes basically had probably 100 copy pastes that followed it with the same sort of art style and everything, the same sort of roadmap style. And now we're moving towards something that, has to be quite epic. Which is very exciting because I definitely think there's a future with avatar projects. I just don't think that everyone will be part of that future. In fact, like every project will be part of that future. I think that you have to work at it very, very hard to get there. Your avatars are sick, Maddie. Thank you, Da Vinci. What do you think about Habo NFTs? Old man says utility. Man, I have to agree with you. Like long term, visually, something will look good to a certain point, but after a while, utility speaks, right? The fact that you can use that avatar to do a bunch of different things, give you access here and there. Surely, in the long term, that's what's gonna give value. BF Martin says festival was fun. Jovan says thoughts on the Bungie project, super hyped, but mint execution wasn't too smooth. Bots attacked sites, so it had to be rescheduled. Interested to see price movement after reveal. Yeah, let's have a look at that a bit later on. Utility is necessary now for avatars, not just bonus extra points for metaverse utility. Not just bonus. You're right. Extra points for metaverse utility. Exactly, Carson. Exactly. You got to be taking your space. Like, come on, guys. You got to admit, right? I'm not sure how many of you guys saw the festival, but straight up, it was like one of the coolest experiences for many of us. Sorry if your ears just kind of exploded there. My bad. But check this out. Like, how can you not think this is the future, right? Deadmau5 playing, a bunch of cool stuff happening. Paris Hilton coming and playing with ferocious fist pumping in the air. Look at this, 1,100 likes by Paris Hilton. Like, this is just the start. Like this, surely this is the future. Surely this is where we're all going to be moving. You can see people wearing their wearables as NFTs. Their names are NFTs. They can, like, people are, you're meeting people. You can start to trade NFTs with them. This is, I don't know. It's just such a no-brainer. Whether it's Decentraland, it doesn't matter to me. It's going to be Decentraland. It might be a different world. It may be many worlds combined together. But surely, when we think about, sorry guys, sorry about your ears. My bad. But surely when we think about virtual and we think about the future, we're thinking here, right? So if avatar projects are not, one, they don't have the funding, the resources, nor they know how to get there, or the connections, or kind of use their funds to go build in these spaces, they're not going to make it. NGMI, they're not going to make it. It's just, I can't see them being relevant a year from now. That's why Artifact Studio, coming up with the drop. That's why Medikey are thinking forward. We're thinking about getting ourselves virtual. Straight away, when we thought about avatars, we were making 3D versions of those avatars. We're going to be in here, right? We're going to do so much. I'm actually in discussion with DCL to start running events just like this, where you can bring in your avatars. They'll be 3D and doing all sorts of fun stuff. We've actually got some really big names lined up, so we're kind of securing them, and we might do our own festival. But much of this space will start to run events in virtual spaces, for sure, 100%. But the Metaverse Festival was when? Who went? Let's see a show of hands. I love the festival, not gonna lie, had a lot of fun. You guys want to know something? King Jesus Art, good to see you here, man. You guys want to see something? Guys, I'm gonna show you something. Cranksy says 10K avatar projects, NGMI, question mark. Only the ones that think and build for the future and have the funds to survive many, many years of being relevant and building. Festivals was dope. 10K avatar projects are getting super stale, says Ginkgo. Hey, Maddie, are you minting Playboy, Rabbitars? Probably not. Can I join Decentraland stuff for free? Yes, you can, Joseph. It's all kind of free. Deadmau5 killed it. All right, guys. What was I going to say? Lost my train of thought. But lost it. It was so good. Let's go on. Yeah, Decentraland virtual spaces for sure are the future, right? Oh, right. That's what I was going to say. That a really interesting thing I want to tell you guys, that in 2020 February, right? 2020 February, Decentraland, after 3 years, of announcing their project from 2017, mid 2017, they announced they raised I think $20 million by selling their mana token. From that point, from 2017 till this February 2020. So in between that, there was 2.5 years. There was 2.5 years of basically us, the community, looking at just this. And this is where I came in, 2018 Jan. And I missed the pre-sale, and I was kind of bummed out about it because I missed the pre-sale where everyone bought land for 1,000 mana, and I was buying land for 3,000 mana, so I was buying it for triple the price. But basically, Decentraland, they didn't even have wearables. All they had was a map. That's all they had. So for 3 years, the only thing the community could do, in fact, check this out, right? For 6 months from them launching and selling these land parcels, they didn't even have a website where you could trade the land parcels with someone else. The only way you could trade it is by selling it, by negotiating with someone on Discord, and then coming up with a price, and then sending him the land, and then trusting that that person will send the money, or vice versa. So you send them the money and hope that they send the land. They didn't have a smart contracts activating this. So it took them 7 months to build a UI for us to be able to buy and sell alone, right? Then it took them, 1 or 2 years of building the backend, building the SDK, building the stuff that allows us to build today. Then on 2020 February, old man says Maddie was flexing hard with his wearables in DCL. Guys, like, I have gone hard with my wearables in DCL. I'm so happy I can flex them because for like this whole year, not much has been happening in DCL, but as kind of projects move to DCL, I can suddenly start to show off my wearables a little bit. But again, like, that's where the community is going, right? So suddenly people will start to value things in DCL that they think is rare and valuable. But all right. So what I wanted to say is just how long it takes to build a good quality project. So check this out. So 6 months just to have this, all right? From DCL raising to this. Actually, it wasn't 6 months. It was about a year because it was mid 2017 to mid 2018 till they had a UI. Then that was this. And then one really cool tweet I think I saw from Shibu. One really cool tweet I think I saw from Shibu. Was the DCL now and DCL before. So check this out, right? How it started versus how it's going. When DCL launched, it looked like this, all right? All there was trees, random items, drag and drop boats, and drag and drop buildings, nothing customized, everything very, very basic. It would lag, it would break, you'd say hi to someone, it would just log off, it'd kick you out, you'd see maximum 10 people, and then you'd have to log out. I wouldn't load for many people. And this was 3 years after they after they launched. So 2020 February, when they launched, it was kind of like this. It was, a lot of people were paying attention because it was very highly anticipated. But it was just terrible, right? And a lot of people lost faith at that point. But to me, it was an eye-opener how long it takes for things to get built, If you look at Habbo Hotel, you look at RuneScape, they've been in development for 15, 20 years. They've taken a long time to get to this point. And it made me respect time in this space. So when Avatar projects come out and they say, hey, we got a game, we're going to do this and this in the next, we're dropping it straight away. I know it's bullshit because it takes a long time to build something of substance. Even Axie Infinity, from the point that they dropped their Axies to the point that they had a fully functioning game, was like a year or maybe a year and a half. And then they had a strategic game that actually looked visually appealing with cards and strategy that you can use. That took another year. Now they have the virtual world, the metaverse concept that's not even out yet. And they've been in development for 3 to 4 years. And I think the virtual world has been in development for about a year and a half, maybe. So it makes us and me respect time. We all wish we had bought land back then, says Patrick. Yeah, I mean, we all wish, right? And I remember it jumping in and me being like one of the biggest bloggers for DCL, just being like, oh, well, I don't really know what to say. I mean, yeah, it sucks, but I don't know what to say. Like, that was a point for me where I had to, it was a point where I think the whole Decentraland team, the community, had to really just trust the process. And now, check this out. Like, now we have this. Like, come on, look at that. They went public. And then a year and a half later, we have an event like this, and it goes you to show like the rate of progress. It's there, but it's slow and it takes time. And this is why holding matters, right? When you trust the team can deliver in the long term, when they trust the team that has the perseverance to stay here, keep building, keep throwing resources at it, keep motivating the community. Now it's not gonna hold up prices. I mean, mana, the land has dropped from 10,000 mana to 6,000 mana. It's fluctuated from all different points. That's fine. But the project has kept building. Mana token has gone up from, when it was at 10 cents, it dropped to 3 cents at one point. Now it hit $1.50, then it dropped to 70 cents. So that's fine. Long term, it's going to do its thing. But the project will keep building, right? Eventually, they'll have VR, they'll have AR, they'll have mobile, they'll have. I think there was a screenshot going around where people had 2,000, a screenshot of 2,000 people concurrently at one time, and everyone was like, wow, we had 2,000 people in Decentraland. I can guarantee that would be 5 to 6, that would have been triple or quadruple if one, Decentraland loaded twice as fast, two, if they were mobile compatible, right? The majority of the user base is always going to be on mobile. That's just fact from going onwards. So again, will they get to that point? Probably. Will the user base go higher? Probably. So again, when we're looking at avatar projects, and now a lot of us have a lot of experience. A lot of us have experience in watching these avatar projects and seeing them build and grow. And some of them have taken time to roll out the roadmap, etc. But this is why, after being through an experience like this of just waiting years and years, like 2-3 years, which was a long time for, imagine waiting years in the world of crypto. All the crazy stuff that's happened in NFT land has happened in 2021 so far, right? A lot of newbies have come in 2021 and they've seen art blow up, NBA Top Shot blow up, avatar projects blow up, Snoop Dogg come into the space, all the celebrities come in. So it's all been in 12 months. So imagine waiting 3 years of that where there was nothing, none of that. There was just silence. And you just had to trust the project that was building. So that's kind of what holding and when you're trying to judge which projects to hold on, it's kind of the ones that you truly believe are building and are showing progress of that. So, watching this was a humbling experience for me. Watching it kind of grow and take years to grow. And I think a lot of us are now realizing that, good building takes time. And that's why if you look at my portfolio, I've invested in a lot of stuff that I truly believe I invest knowing that there's something, whether it be it being historic or whether it be the founder is quite clear that they're going to keep building. I know that as long as I'm invested there, they're going to be a very strong IP or a brand, and two, they're going to be wildly different a year from now, 3 years from now, and 5 years from now. That's the way I invest. I'm just reading some of your comments, guys. That show was an eye-opener. It was for me as well. Thoughts on using NFTs to create and fund a community that gives back? Music Machine. NFTs is trying to do this for music artists. I mean, the ideas are always fun, right? You never know which ideas are going to take off. Again, you are trusting the team to make sure that they do that giving back process. What are your thoughts on a NACO official developer is smart currently working on VXL airdrop for the sandbox? Loads of Kongs in the project, and they are releasing a roadmap after the release of VXL or Voxel. I haven't taken a look at NACO. Where will we be in 2+ years, says Patrick? We're going to be the current projects that are already 3 years in development, like Axie Infinity and Decentral and the Sandbox. They're going to go on to become monsters. Projects that are launching right now, out of the sea of, say, 300, there's probably going to be about 20 to 40 that will go on to survive and build and be at a stage where they're going to start to become, they're going to start to really become big, right? So that's what I think is going to happen. Hey, Maddie, are you looking to pick up more Curio cards now that they're low? I was actually thinking that recently. Never heard you discuss Sandbox. I don't discuss Sandbox much because you can't actually go in and play. Although the meta key, I mean, I'm a big believer in the Sandbox. I actually, me and Seb have been in discussion a lot. We're doing stuff with the meta key, and even personally, we've invested a lot across each other's projects. But the meta key has one of the biggest lands in the Sandbox. So if we just check out, right. Where are we? Okay, here we go. We have where is that tweet? isn't it? Yeah. But okay, well it's not there. Sandbox map. But Decentraland have sorry, the Medikey has one of the biggest lands in Decentraland. I don't know how much it's worth, but the recent land that sold at that size, I think sold for a few $1 million in US. But you can see the largest land possible to buy is I think 550 pieces large, and we have one of those. So the Medikey will be building aggressively in the sandbox. The only reason I don't talk about the sandbox that much is because one, I'm just heavily invested in different projects. I just can't keep up with them. Two, I don't think they're public yet, so I'm not sure if you can jump in and build and play with your whole community. But once you can do that, surely they will start to do quite well. Thoughts on Playboy Rabbitars? I haven't taken a look. I trust the Sandbox team to do huge things in the future. Yes. Hit the like button, please. Nice Coca-Cola ad. Have a look at NFT Worlds. Maddie, what do you consider as building? Says Tiana. Building basically shows progress, right? So if you look at something like the Sandbox, all right, you look at something like the Sandbox. The Sandbox, one, you know that the Sandbox are actually, back in the day, Sandbox mobile game. Okay. They had credibility because they came from a game that they've successfully built on mobile, which allowed people to build their own games. It was called the Sandbox. It was by Pixel, and they built this sort of a thing. And they went on to have, I think, millions of players to play that game. So they came from a place of success previously. Two, they had Animoca brands backing them, or being the parent company. So Animoca brands can bring good IPs to the space. So they brought, Atari. They brought, I think, projects like Roller Coaster Tycoon and all these other big brands. Two, if you go on their Twitter, you can see that this is called building, right? They're showing progress of the product, and this is something that not only do they do in the short term, but they do in the long term. So they continuously show progress of the product. They do, not so giveaways, that kind of bullcrap, but things like showing that what's being built, stuff like that. You see the community growing. You see that the developers in the Discord are continuously showing things. That's sort of, and only time can tell you what good building will look like. All right. Crypto Zoo gets asked. Crypto Zoo is an interesting one as well, right? Shall we talk about Crypto Zoo? That's an interesting one. Let me quickly talk about curio cards. Actually, before we get, it's already been 30 minutes. Oh my god. Wait a second, guys. I'm like going a little bit all off topic. Very quickly, there is a giveaway as usual that we do. So I'm quickly going to talk about this. Then we'll cover some things. We'll come back to curio cards and we'll talk about Crypto Zoo. But there's an Astro Friends live giveaway. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with these. We run them every single day live. But we'll give away an Astro Friend. I think it's 0.05 Ethereum at the moment. You will be able to join it. Let me post it here. Give away link. Boom. I'm going to pin this to the top. But yeah, so click that emoji and in 8 minutes we'll spit out a winner. Another thing I wanted to say about Medikey real quick, guys, is that we've started NFT Buzz, which is currently free. It's free right now. Every single day we got Pat, who goes by the name Saucy, but Pat is the man. When he's like, full-time role in the company is to go out there and find NFT projects that hit his radar for whatever reason, and he puts out these infographics. So he'll put out what this project is. It'll tell you what the concept is, if there's momentum, the risks, the bull and the bear market, some stats. It'll show you the graph and what that looks like, and the sort of ownership distribution. So the stats that I personally look at, he's going to throw it all on an infographic per project and throw it in here so that we have the ability to hopefully not miss any projects. We're not vouching for projects. We're just putting it out there so everyone can see. All right, we're putting it here so that everyone has a chance of it hitting our radar and us having information that allows us to look further. This doesn't necessarily mean that this will be a good project. And he's doing these like 5 times a day. So you can see he's done Women and Weapons. He's done Axo Littles. So for whatever reason, this one's doing, this one's up there. So if you look at, you can zoom in and And you can see like we've got the graph here, so you can kind of see if it's stagnating or if there's volume or whatever there is. Old man says he's been killing it. Easy breakdown for a quick look. Yeah, man, he's been smashing it. He is the perfect person for the role. Notable collectors, team background if they're anonymous or if they're known people. And I think, you know, this sort of research takes me a good 10 to 20 minutes per project to look at. And I'm very time poor these days. So what I did was, let's solve the problem for everyone. Boom, we hired Pat. Boom, all of this stuff is for free right now in the Medikey Discord. Eventually it'll be paid and locked for Medikey holders only. But it's a glimpse as to what a good Discord should be run like this. I think you should continuously be finding ways to make it better. Then he's covered the Wanderers, which has multiple times hit my radar. I just can't connect with the art style. Like, I know people like this. I think they're going to be big because they look like something different, and the community is pretty hyped for what they're going to be doing. But you got, you know, again, you got the ownership distribution. You got the volume. You can see here that there's continuous volume. Those bars look quite healthy. The line is continuously getting higher. Let's learn a little bit about the project. Okay, Bull, not just another PFE project. Roadmap promises integration into a wider universe. Upcoming Planet NFTs airdrop to holders responsive to their community. Consistent number of sales every day. Unknown team experience with roadmaps. Unknown market expectations for a project as unique as this. Very good. Patrick, that is amazing, right? That is what you want to know. You're right. No one's really, you know, it's a unique project. And because it's unique, it's a catch. It's like kind of a good thing and a bad thing. It's good because it's kind of refreshing. It can go on to do really well. It could be risky because it's also too new, right? This concept hasn't been done before, but that's what makes it exciting and a fun investment. But you know, the concept, momentum, unique, loopable web M's, each with their own soundtrack. Soon releasing interactive universe on Polygon. And yeah, right. Love the NFT Buzz format, says Jovan. Yeah, that's cool, says Cranksy. Awesome. Real world events. NFT Buzz is awesome. Tiana. Bad Grandma. Nikhil just throws in Bad Grandma for whatever reason. I own 3 Wanderers. Love the art, to be honest. Awesome. There you go, right? I can't connect with the art, but others can. I should buy some. It looks like, looking at this snapshot and looking at the momentum is just consistently well. I mean, this is a good, what, 2 months, I think? And knowing that they can keep getting you know, interest like that is important. Yeah, so that is that. And you know, again, he does this like every single day. I think in one day he posted like 4 of these. So he's done, we also do these snapshots, so new project alerts. All right, maybe projects are out there that haven't had much, that aren't public or they haven't launched yet, but now, hey, it's on our radar. Okay, the team is anonymous. It looks like this. What's the summary? It's a quick breakdown. Again, not vetting or vouching for any of these, just putting it on our radar so we have at least a little bit of a snippet of information to go check it out. And there's another one called Pixel Art PFP, Quick Snapshot, Pixel Starters. All right, it's up there. And eventually we want to get to a point where he's posting like maybe 5 or 6 a day, maybe 7 a day, and we just never miss anything. I just don't want to miss the ability to catch the next generative art project, the next industry that's going to boom, right? We want to be grabbing them early, so at the very least we can put them on our radar. Awesome. All right. So we're going through that, and let me very quickly, guys, go through some pieces of news. So Twitter is working on collectible profile tab, NFT view, and NFT details. View, says Jane Mashun Wong. The real hidden features are the friends we made along the way. I'm not familiar with Jane's work, but it looks like she knows what she's talking about. The real hidden features are blah, 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 blah. So what can you do here? So you can click on it, and then you got a description here. So this looks like something, okay, it's verified on OpenSea. This looks like details that you can fill in for an official NFT integration on Twitter. That looks pretty cool. And it seems like a bit of a no-brainer that Twitter will verify NFTs and integrate NFTs and blockchain with their platform. I know they've done something with the Bitcoin wallet, and it makes complete sense for them to add NFTs. And that sort of thing, that sort of stuff, that is what you want to see in social platforms. I think the places where you can go and show that you genuinely own what you wear, or the NFT you own, whether it be on Twitter, whether it be on Decentraland, that's going to add value to the whole ecosystem. And 2, it's going to have multiple ways for you to show and take your NFTs across different spaces. Great to see. Reddit may be preparing to launch its own NFT platform. Other social media platforms, including Twitter and Facebook, have been working to support NFTs, if not create a competitor to major marketplaces. Social media platform Reddit appears to be hiring workers to support the design, build, and maintenance of a non-fungible token platform. According to a Greenhouse job posting, Reddit is looking for a senior backend engineer for a platform responsible for millions of users to create, buy, and sell and use NFT-backed digital goods. The position requires at least 5 years of experience in backend development, as well as the ability to design and implement complex distributed systems operating under high load. Makes a lot of sense to us. With every new NFT project, a vibrant community of owners pops up with it. Fans of today's biggest creators and brands are now flocking to buy digital goods directly from them, to support them, to gain exclusive access, and to feel a greater sense of connection with them. Over time, we believe this will only grow, and NFTs will play a central role in how fans support their favorite creators and communities. Reddit, I think every social platform will go on to integrate NFTs. You can't, I mean, Web 3.0 is the move towards blockchain-backed, cloud-backed, AI-backed, AR, VR-backed platforms and user bases, right? Especially blockchain-backed. It just makes sense. And you know, social media companies that were powerhouses in Web 2.0, it doesn't make sense for them to not adopt or at least experiment with this. They have to be on their front foot. If they're not, there's absolutely going to be a new social media giant that boom takes off, because the whole NFT crypto culture just goes straight there. They have to adapt. That is just the way it has to happen. 17% of addresses snapped up 80% of all Ethereum NFTs since April. Sounds likely. It is always the 80-20 rule in business, in the world, and in just economics. Yeah, I don't even know how to say that. Economics. And you know, 17% of addresses, basically what they're trying to say is the whales are responsible for the dominant purchasing of NFTs, and that's always the case. If you look at what normally happens is, you know, Snoop Dogg's come in and spent probably $20 million himself. Metacovan's probably spent over $150 million in NFTs. The whales that go all in always account for a big part of the majority of spending, right? In long term, that sort of phases out, but I think, yeah, that's not a surprise to me. DraftKings Marketplace chooses Polygon for mainstream NFT adoption. Polygon really starting to become the scaling solution of choice, although there are many others that are coming out which seem promising. Immutable X has seen a lot of interest. We've seen a couple of others also pop up. DraftKings gain access to Polygon following the partnership. DraftKings now has access to a scalable and eco-friendly blockchain solution, the firm noted in a recent announcement. Awesome. SBF, The Weeknd joins board of Tom Brady's NFT platform. Brady is already an investor in FTX. SBF will now be on the board of Autograph. Okay, now we got all right. So it's SBF and The Weeknd. They joined the board of Tom Brady's NFT platform. So Tom Brady, we saw him go on and do an NFT drop where you can buy his NFTs and utilize them across different platforms. It looks like The Weeknd and FTX are backing it and are on the board. Now, cool. It's a celebrity. He's on the board. But I've seen The Weeknd drop NFTs in the past, and to be honest, I've been a bit disappointed because he dropped just stuff on Nifty Gateway and hasn't done anything since. I mean, cool. I mean, he raised like $1 or $2 million and dropped those NFTs. And till today, I mean, okay, that's great you're on the board, but you should be going and doing more stuff with the people that bought your NFTs, right? So in terms of celebrity power, that's awesome. In terms of what that's going to do for the platform, it's a question mark for me. Rolls-Royce made an NFT. That is an interesting one coming from Rolls-Royce. I mean, very prestigious brand. The automaker worked with established NFT creator Mason London, actually a digital artist from London, whose real name is Joe Hay. Oh, real name is Joe. He's created art for Dua Lipa, Nike, High Snobiety, and more. Is this what the NFT looks like? Or is this what the NFT looks like? Let's take a look. A Rolls-Royce NFT. Don't walk. Spirit Sushi. Okay, cool. That's awesome. Now, how much does it sell for? As for the NFT, there are two Rolls-Royces playing coy. Oh, there are two Rolls-Royces playing coy. The automaker won't discuss their ambitions for the token, or indeed its plans to do more with the token. Just how much it might be worth, it's similarly unclear, though a regular ghost starts at around $332,000 before customization. Okay. Cool. I should probably start reading this from... I have a bad habit of starting to read articles from the middle and then slowly tracking back to make sense of it. Rolls-Royce is wading into the NFT space, and it's teasing a very special new car to mark the occasion. A new Rolls-Royce Black Badge car is due for a reveal in a week's time, and the automaker has partnered up with Mason London to create a non-fungible token to go with the vehicle. Right, so you get the vehicle and you get the NFT. NFTs, if you have not been keeping up, are one of the most controversial aspects of the blockchain to be launched in recent memory, effectively unique, blah, 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 blah. We know that. This isn't the first automaker we've seen flirt with NFTs in mind. Earlier this year, the DeLorean Motor Company announced a collection of tokens intended to commemorate the 40th anniversary of the DMC-12. Still, it's definitely not something you'd necessarily expect. I want to know about the NFT. Now, Black Badge cars account for 27% of Rolls-Royce commissions, and the next will reveal on October 28th. Mason London's NFT video art gives a teaser of what we can expect. And judging from the distinctive LED headlamps and the position of the Spirit of Ecstasy hood ornament, it certainly looks it'll be based on the Ghost. Okay. Now, imagine if that NFT forever gives you access to stuff that Rolls-Royce do. Forever it gives you discounts. Pretty cool to see that sort of thing being experimented with. Then we have Hong Kong blockchain game maker Animoca Brands hits $2.2 billion valuation amid NFT mania. I think they recently raised money, so the company made a name for itself with play-to-earn blockchain games that allow players to collect and trade NFTs. I know Animoca Brands, and this is something you'd know if you were in the space 3 years ago, that they went very, very heavy in investing in a ton of NFT companies in this space. You know, it's backed by Yat, who's a great person. I've been in chat with Yat. He's pretty cool to talk to, and he definitely knows what he's doing. And yeah, they've gone on to do a lot in the space. They've done stuff with Formula One. They've bought some of the biggest brands, and we'll have some news. Animoca Brands and what they're doing. Okay, we went through the festival. What is this? Nothing specific. We got Beeple, who says 10k FT feature, 10k FT view. Chromie Squiggle 2092. That's pretty cool. This guy, that's pretty epic. Beeple doing a lot of art about relevant culture, and seems like recently he's also become NFT obsessed, and is doing a lot of stuff on the NFT space. Monkey Brain, Chromie Squiggle, 10k FT, comfortably numb. I think he just comes up with something and then he just throws an art piece out there. What's this? Bad Things. Day 5000. Yeah. Epic. Awesome. Someone won the competition, so congratulations to stream giveaway. Congratulations to Lior Zadok. You have won the Astro Friend Maddie's live stream. Okay, awesome. Congrats to you. You'll send out a Astro Friend soon. All right, guys, that is it for today in the sense of covering news. Now let's bring up some projects and talk about them. We heard someone brought up, and let me close a lot of these tabs. We got too many tabs open. Someone brought up Curio cards. So let's talk a little bit about Curio cards, okay? Curio cards. Boom. All right, let's bring that activity up. That, and I'll tell you my sort of assumptions on these projects, right? We had a really interesting thing that came up the other day that I actually wanted to talk about, which was, we got a super rare. We had, I started to notice there was a VC or a DAO that was going across purchasing NFTs. So where are we? Which one is it? Who was it? Marco. Forget the name. Let me see if I can find it. Where's the super rare bot? Maybe I have to open up the bot. Super rare bot. Okay, here we go. Starry Nightcap. Bam. Okay. So look at this. Starry Night Capital. They're going around spending money on NFTs. So they bought a Robness official work for $210,000. They've gone on and bought a Carlos Marcial NFT for another $200,000. They're going around buying NFTs, right? Starry Night Cap are assembling the world's finest collection of NFTs. So it looks like they are either a DAO or a VC firm that are going across buying NFTs. What I sort of am thinking, and a lot of punks investors and a lot of people spending a lot of money in this space are also thinking, is that the NFT space is going to be a serious entrance into collecting digital in the future, and big money will go on to collect and compete in this collectorship, right? So whether that means individual collectors like Gary Vee, or whether it means Snoop Dogg coming in and buying individual collections, or whether it means VC firms and DAOs coming together and pooling capital and going across and buying NFTs. Because there's so much you can do with NFTs. You can fractionalize them, you can loan them out to people, you can utilize them to represent your DAO in terms of branding, or your VC. But suddenly, when people are pooling money to spend tens of millions of dollars on NFTs, it makes you ask the question: what NFTs are these guys going to go for, and why? Now, art is a no-brainer. Art is just, good artists will always be collected. That's for sure. That's just how the art industry works. But suddenly it comes to, okay, what projects, right? And that's why historical projects are such an interesting thing. Punks have gone on to do really, really well. So if you open up, CryptoPunks, Starry Night bought an X copy for $1.9 million yesterday. It says tuna fish, yes, right? Price is just going to keep going higher because big money is going to come pull together and start buying. It's not just individuals buying, it's people that are pulling capital together and going after these markets. That's what's going to fuel. I'm not going to say it's going to fuel the next wave, but they're going to be big participants in this whole NFT collecting thing. So look at CryptoPunks, all right? For a while now, it's been going stagnant, and that's fine. CryptoPunks is absolutely blue chip. You can probably term them blue chip. Probably the only ones you can term blue chip because they've stood the test of time for 4 years and they've gone to do amazing this year, and they're going to go on and grow. But they've kind of become the Bitcoin of the NFT world, where you just know that they're going to do good. But opportunity lies in other projects that sort of fall in the realm of history, right? And so when you come to Curio cards, there's a huge opportunity for any fund that sees this first. The fact that Curio cards are pre-CryptoPunks, the fact that Curio cards are quite cheap at the moment because they're sort of in limbo. They're sort of like, they sort of need more backing. They need more people to vet the project. They need more sort of eyeballs out there. And I'm not going to keep pushing crypto cards out there on my Twitter. I sort of like things to reach an organic point. I've already bought a ton of Curio cards, as you guys know. I'm just going to let them be and let the world find them. We know Gary Vee's bought some. We know Triple H's bought some. We know that a co-founder of Ethereum ended up buying some at the auction. There was the first Ethereum auction. So they built a very strong base. Now, when big money sees and they start doing more research and they're like, wait a second, my Curio cards are pre-CryptoPunks. They're really cheap. They have the potential to do a lot more. I mean, the cheapest CryptoPunk is $300,000. The cheapest Curio card, even though there's double the supply, is $1,700. So there's a massive gain to be made if these sort of reach that blue chip thing. But only history. So what's going to do it is history and their relevance in what they've kind of offshooted. So being like one of the first art experiments on Ethereum to go on and to use and having a lot of iconic artists be part of that. So I'm letting that be. I'm just going to, I'm not going to push it on my Twitter. I don't really want to use my Twitter for that sort of reason. But all I know is that VC firms are coming in and investing. And as they start to get very serious with investing in different places for different reasons, they start looking at these things and be like, oh, wait a second, there's opportunities here. So once the next big spike comes for curio cards, I think it's going to be massive, because with projects, they're also going to come down and they have to reach a point of being an attractive investment as well. So when things go up too fast, they reach a point where it's not as an attractive investment anymore. Like what happened with Bitcoin in 2017, it hit $20,000. You know, there wasn't that much new money and not that much new belief that at $20,000, Bitcoin would be a good investment, right? At $3,000, yes. At $20,000, no. Now Bitcoin's at $66,000. We're at a new place, and you know, well, people are looking at different projects for different ROIs. So if you look at curio cards, there's 4,300 owners, 32,000 volume traded. You know, it's done very well. Prices have dropped significantly. I think Mad Bitcoins went from like 1.2 Ethereum to 0.41. So a lot of this has taken like a 50% hit. There's a lot of whales in curio cards. So if you click on, say, something like these books, right, and then you click on the owners, you know, some owners have over 100 items, 192 versions of this, 88 of this, 70 of this. There's a lot of actual people that need to sell off their curio cards. So I think that was been going on for the last 2 to 3 months, and there's still a little bit of that's needed. But if there's ever a big spike for whatever reason, and I think one of these firms or one of these pooled money will go on to just buy a ton of curio cards. You know, this year alone has seen Gary V. I've picked up some. 888 has picked up some. Like I said, there's been 4 to 5, 6 notable collectors that have gone on to pick up some. I think it's a matter of time until funds start to pick up some. So that's my basis on curio cards. Because they're historically significant, they will always be significant. Nothing can take that away from them. Nothing can take that away from Rare Pepes or any other project that fall along a timeline and are an event where that art is quite interesting, and they've gone on to you know, set off the trend for something else. But you know, this was before any art on Super Rare. This was before any art on Ethereum. This was basically the first. I believe this is one of, if not the first, art projects, crypto art projects on Ethereum, right? And even if they're one of the first, they're a big deal. That's Mooncats is another great 2017 project. It's another thing, right? So Mooncats as well, another project that I think is kind of cemented in history. And also you got to check out the fact that the floor is thin on curio cards. What I mean by that is that although this is 2.3 Ethereum, it only takes like maybe 10 sales, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So about 15 sales, and then we're suddenly at double the price, right? 15, 16 sales, we're at 4 Ethereum, 4.2 Ethereum. So again, one whale, one fund can come in and just buy a ton of these, and boom, they're at their price again. So I think it's a matter of time until some big money comes in and gobbles this up, right? It's pretty ripe for that. Now, when that's going to be, I don't know. Is that going to happen? I'm very, very confident, and that's why I have a very big holdings of curio cards. Because projects are always looking at investing in something that has a big upside, right? CryptoPunks are a no-brainer investment just because they're going to keep doing well. But curio cards are sort of high risk, but they also have a massive upside if things go right. You can probably make 10x your money, as opposed to you know, probably doubling your money with CryptoPunks in the near future, right? Anyway, I'm just throwing out my opinion out there. It may work like that. It may not. It may not go like that. It may go like that. Who knows? But yeah, I'm personally bullish, and I'm just chilling, right? Every day, about 30 to 50 curio cards sell every day. 30 to 50, sometimes 80, 60. So projects sort of reach their low point and they have their boom. They reach their low point and they have their boom. So just kind of hanging out, and maybe I'll buy some more if I get some more ETH liquidity. But I think you know, now DAOs and VCs are here that will at some point pick up some major NFTs. What do you think about Mutant Cats DAO project buying up all? I think Mutant Cats are going around buying NFTs. I think that's pretty cool. It's a great idea, right? Fidenza, Punks. I think NFT projects will go on to have their own treasuries, and with that treasuries, they will go and buy NFTs that will back their token or back their community financially. Yeah, that part of it's a bit of a no-brainer. NFT Worlds, Maddie, what do you think? What's your thoughts on Mechaverse roadmap published yesterday on Twitter? Asked Tiana. And Mechaverse is also a little bit in limbo. I'm bullish on Mechaverse because I think their IP is just incredibly strong. I think Mechaverse right now, with so much social following that they can tweet something and kind of get everyone to pay attention, I think that's super strong. I think they're a bit in limbo because people are like, oh, well, are they going to do anything? Are they not? Is there too much FUD in the air that they can't recover from? I think you can always recover from FUD. Always, right? As long as the team keeps building. So when um, Mechaverse, I think they revealed their roadmap. Here we go. And on the roadmap, one interesting thing that they put over here was Mecha Labs, creation of the Mecha Labs company, expanding the team with more people. Website update. They also said something quite interesting, which was Mechaverse HQ, where the team will focus on a more ambitious drop and start the phase 2 of Mechaverse. It's going to be a more ambitious drop. All right. This kind of looks like Instagram. Mechaverse 3D prints, merch shop, giveaway, new giveaways on Twitter. Okay, giveaways aren't something cool. Right. Creation of the Mechaverse Mecha Labs company, expanding the team with more people. So I found that super interesting, that the fact that they are adding more people and they've got a roadmap that they will follow. I think aesthetically, you just cannot beat. You just can't beat Mechaverse. One of the strongest, most aesthetically pleasing avatar projects in the space right now. They've got these legendaries that came out, and you just cannot say that these aren't freaking stunning, right? They're amazing. They're going to go on to, I think, one, they're quite well funded now. We all know that. I mean, the secondary volume alone would have bought them $5 to $6 million. Not even the minting. But you know, as long as they keep growing, and you know, we went across Decentraland and how, you know, it took them 3 years to publish Decentraland, which everyone hated at the start, but now they've done really well. I think as long as Mechaverse keeps building, they're verified, they've got 230,000 followers, they're up there. I think they'll go on to do quite well. But there's a little bit of a rebranding, not rebranding, but sort of some PR they need to do to kind of make belief come in. But you know, I am quite bullish long term on Mechaverse. Have you seen the future of Mechaverse? Machinies? No, I haven't seen Machinies. Will Medikey try to do anything with Boss Logic Universe? Potentially. Potentially. I think what's going on now is that projects and IPs and brands are coming out and building what their version of what they want to do in the ecosystem. So Mechaverse will go on to do its own thing. Boss Logic will go on to do its own thing. Medikey will go on to do its own thing. There's certain projects that will become platforms. For example, Decentraland, the Sandbox will become platforms to host these NFT projects. And at some point, these NFT projects will start collaborating with each other. So whether it be the Medikey or the Mechaverse or whatever it is, we will collaborate at some point. I think that's definitely the future. Lush Sucks reveal now. Awesome. Lush Sucks had a NFT project that came out. Loot Prince has me really excited for the next stage. Mooncats is another great 2017 project. Yes, it is. Hey, Maddie, what are your thoughts of Super Farm by Elliott Trades? Super Farm, I actually have some Super Farm from Elliott Trades. And I believe it is a sort of a launch platform for NFTs that your NFTs will give you access to be part of those launches. I think there's a bunch of different things they're doing. So NFT Launchpad, NFT farming, NFT generation, NFT marketplace, NFT trading. There's a bunch of stuff that they are doing. I haven't looked too deep into it. All I know is that Elliott's a pretty cool guy, and it looks like he's going to go on to build a great project. So I'm kind of backing Elliott. I need to learn a little bit more about Super Farm. But they've done quite well. So you got Super Starter. What is this? But it looks like Poker Starter sort of thing where you'll have to. It looks like I got to connect my wallet. But it looks like you can launch NFT projects on Super Farm and maybe use these NFTs to get access to those projects. All right. Awesome. How about a Medikey X Mechaverse collab? Yeah, down for it. Right. It takes time, guys. It takes a long time. You know, we have our own avatars to drop. We got our own 3D stuff that we're building, our own virtual sort of, we have our own events to organize. So I think realistically, and you know, we got to respect time. Realistically, 6 months, 8 months down the track, when we have, you know, we're doubling our team in terms of size. I think there's 8 people or 9 people that work with the Medikey. We're going to probably hit 20 by the end of this year. And, you know, once we have more team members, everyone's kind of very well trained on their specific thing. We have a very good process where we are very efficient. You know, that sort of culture, team building, project building, company building takes years to actually develop, but we're trying to fast. And, you know, this is crypto, so we got to be quick. But still, quick still means we still have to respect time. So I think it'll still take about 6 to 12 months for us to be quite efficient. But we are looking at everything. There is nothing that's off the table. We're just going to be building at the same timeline that Mechaverse is, that Artifact Studio is. And at some point, these worlds will collide. They've already collided. We have already done stuff with Artifact Studio. We will go on to do things with other projects for sure. What do you think about Artifact's Clone X? How to avoid fight with sniper bots during NFT releases? I am very bullish on Artifact Studio. As you guys know, I have a ton of Artifact NFTs, which will allow me to mint about 80, I think, Clone X's. I'm super excited to see what that looks like. I hope I get some rares. But oh man, I just cannot wait for that project. One of you guys asked me, what does building looks like? Like, what does it mean? What does building look like? Well, building looks like effort, right? Effort in the right direction. Artifact Studio have been along for a while. I've spoken to Ben myself personally. I know he's a real person behind there. But one thing is really interesting is this little video they put of a training camp. So you can see that they're kind of experimenting with running around with their avatars and utilizing this virtual space to experiment with the space. So it makes sense. And this is what building looks like, is they're showing what they're doing on the back end, right? So this is, look at this as a video and compare it to a snapshot roadmap, which are just empty promises, which just can be empty promises where people are just saying, oh, this can happen, this might not happen. And you really have to trust them. And add to that the developers are anonymous. Okay, I'm talking about shitty projects now. So add to, a roadmap, add to that the developers are anonymous, that you can't track them down. The artist is anonymous. It could be a Fiverr gig. The funding is upfront, so they sell out $5 million straight away. What do you think they're more incentivized to do? Stick around for years, or just go off with that $4 million and do whatever they want, right? So that's why, like, for me, when it comes to this sort of a checklist into projects that I want to invest in, I'm happy if I miss it. I'm happy if I miss projects because of my filtering system. But what I do know is I'll catch some very good ones with that filtering system. Like Artifact Studios, like, the ones that I think will go on to do well long term. Right, like Decentraland, Sandbox, etc. The ones that I've showed building. Yeah. All right, guys, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I have 80. Let me show you guys real quickly. My Artifact Studio collection. It's gonna be fun, guys. I'll do a reveal live on YouTube as soon as I get them, and as soon as they kind of go live. I'm gonna wake up in the middle of the night. I don't care what time it is, and I'm gonna do a reveal. And I'm gonna go through all my Artifact Studio NFTs. So each one of these gets me the ability, it allows me to mint 3. So each one of these shoes allows me to mint 3 Artifact Studio NFTs, right? So I've got 3. Okay, so I've got 7 of these, right? 7 of these. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. You got 26, 27. You got Atari sneakers, food fight. So I got 27 times 3, 27 plus 54, 81, 81, and the Artifact Studio Meta Key gives you 1, so it's 82. You got 82. Literally just got here. I forgot LMAO. Yeah, Maddie, are you going to mint your 80 plus Treeverse timeless NFTs? Happening soon. Yeah. So this is what I got for Artifact with timeless. So with this one's a bit of a no-brainer because they're 0.05 Ethereum. Now with timeless, oh no wait, we got Treeverse, right? And again, Treeverse is another one, guys. Yeah, I cannot wait to mint them, guys. So Treeverse, as you guys know, this is, I know it looks like a massive portfolio, and it is. But, I bought these back when they were really cheap, 0.4 Ethereum. And the reason I bought these is because I saw Loop sharing video footage of the world. And I was like, that's amazing. Not only do you have video footage of the world of Treeverse, but you can actually jump in and talk to people. So, again, signs of people building, right? And Loop is predominantly anonymous, but signs of people building, signs of him being here for a year, growing his Twitter and showing people progress. I've had a chat with him on the phone, so I know he's a real person. I know he's had backing by VC, so I know that at some point he's had to dox himself and provide details of all that. But this is an interesting one because of that, I bought 88 plots or 85 plots, and each one of these will go on to allow me to build or buy a timeless NFT. So if you go to Treeverse, they're releasing their own avatar project that you will be able to use in the game. So it's kind of like, do you think they've got a pretty interesting aesthetic? How many of you guys like the aesthetic of timeless? Let me know. It is an anime sort of aesthetic. It looks pretty cool. I mean, I'm a big sucker for anime. I mean, I watch Naruto and all that sort of stuff. But they've gone on to do quite a lot in terms of volume. There's a lot of people that are buying it. So it is quite interesting to see them do quite well. And I probably will go on to mint my 85 timeless NFTs. Although, I'm more bullish on the land and the avatars. It'll be interesting to see how that goes. Maddie, are you collecting any Ethereum chain NFTs? I'm not. Maybe I should be. Hey, Maddie, thoughts on SLM Hood's 5K project? That's great, Maddie. Congrats again. Thanks, buddy. Awesome. I have one lone Treeverse. Haha, I need to get more. What do you guys think? Are you guys bullish on the Treeverse avatars? Let me know. You reckon they're going to do really good? I think they're selling for 0.2 Ethereum each. And I believe Loop said he's going to burn the rest that are not sold. And if that's the case, that's going to be awesome. And if that's not the case, then I think it's a bit up in the air. I'm not sure in this sort of climate if they'll do well. But what do you guys think? They hit the spot in terms of anime. I reckon this is pretty cool. Da Vinci says yes. Old Man says yes, looks sick. Game footage came a long way quick. Exactly, right? Treeverse community are diamond hands. Yeah, I believe so too. I agree. Like, look at this. They've got this sort of an ecosystem where they're running around showing the world gameplay. Red Paper Man says, Maddie, those Treeverse avatars will be huge. Only community can buy the Treeverse unsold. Sick kids love the anime. Agree with you guys. You guys are making me FOMO, right? I probably will end up minting all of those. So how's that? Let's do it. Let's mint it. Let's mint them all. So I got 88 Treeverse avatars. 88 times 0.2 is about 19 Ethereum. Yeah, can do. All right, guys, that's it. But I think we're gearing up for a very fun November where there will be reveals of Treeverse. There will be reveals of Artifact Studio, and there will be reveals of Medikey. So Medikey as well. As you guys know, we are doing our own sort of avatar project. And I'm not sure how many guys have come across it. It's a bit of a different style to what you see out there. It's not anime. My goodness, all this Medikey stuff. Yeah, it's not anime. It's kind of its own style. It's sort of this realistic stuff. We have Dragon Ball Z inspired jacket with a QR code. I'm not sure how many of you guys have scanned that and where it takes you to. So we're going with our own aesthetic that we'll be taking in virtual world. We've got robots with jackets and fur coats and all sorts of fun stuff. So Billy's our artist and he's going on to do pretty cool stuff. And we have a collaboration that's going to blow your mind with who we're working with Medikey. So I think it's going to be fun. I think we're going to meet as avatar forms, and you're going to be taking your Medikey avatar or your Treeverse avatar or your artifact avatars to different realms. It's going to be a lot of fun. But in November, I believe we're going to be probably doing multiple reveals on this channel. And I think it'll be awesome. All right, guys. Robot is my favorite one, says Red Paper Man. Yeah, robots are getting really popular. I think not only can you get these as robots, one thing we're also doing is the robots themselves have like angry face, smiley face, and sad face. So even those are scarce. And who knows, there may be just one angry face robot. There may be just one, happy face robot. But it's pretty cool. You can see the variety here. You got the female, the aliens. You got a skull, an ape skull on the head. You got weapons, and these weapons you'll be able to take them in our games that we're building. And we got a 3D version of what we're also doing. So I mean, we're doing a lot. Artifact will do a lot, and this is what I think will go on to do extremely well. Alrighty. Have fun, guys. That is it for today. It's been a fun stream. We've done a good hour, and we'll catch up tomorrow, same time, talking about NFTs. Take care, guys. We'll talk soon.